Okay, you guys, no door knocking this weekend. Why would I not be door knocking this weekend? Whoa, that's crazy. It looks like a whole tree just fell over. That doesn't normally happen. Right in the middle of the road and everything. So why did I not do any door knocking this weekend? Well, I was doing a higher dollar value activity, and that was working on my flip. So yes, I did finally find a flip. I know I've talked about it here on the channel, and here I'd like to break down a little bit of, like, you know, how we found the deal, what the terms are, what we think, you know, we're gonna get, you know, the amount of renovation and stuff that's required. So here's the deal, you guys. It's 17 minutes away from me, which is really close, which is, you know, that's important. If you're going to work on something yourself, you don't want it to be 3 hours away from you, right? That just doesn't make sense. It's going to take you an entire day just to get there and back, right? Not worth your time. So it had to be close. 17 minutes away, close. The next thing, it had, for me, and these are my personal buy box, the things that I feel comfortable with. And I don't know if it's gonna, you know, if it's gonna be a good deal or a bad deal or what, but you know, essentially this is what I think would make me more comfortable to buy a deal. And first and foremost, it is a reasonable purchase price for the buyers. Yes, you heard me right. Not what, I mean, obviously I need to make a good buy, right? But it also has to be a reasonable price for the people buying it from me. So I know a lot of investors that have purchased properties for, you know, $400,000, $500,000, maybe even $600,000 is their purchase price, and they're hoping that somebody will pay them $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000. I disagree with that. I think that is not a good strategy right now with these interest rates and with the economy doing what it is. My purchase price for my buyer, the end buyer, I wanted it to be no more than $500,000. I think once you get into a property that's priced over $500,000, you're going to be sitting on the market longer. It takes a particular type of buyer who can afford to pay you $500,000 or more, or $525,000 or $575,000, right? It's just going to take longer to sell. And if you're using hard money, which most of the time you would be, or even if you just have cash, having your money tied up in a deal costs you. It costs you opportunities to get into another deal. It costs you interest when paying a hard money lender or a private money lender. So I wanted to get in and out of a deal as fast as possible. And this one we're shooting for 30 days. 30 days in and out of the property, on the market, waiting for an end buyer. So hopefully like September 10th. Next. Oh, I didn't even tell you the purchase price. The purchase price that we are hoping to sell the property for is anywhere between $400,000 and $450,000. Obviously, the more the better. But still, I think a reasonable priced home will sell faster, fully updated. So, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's not in the best part of the town. That was one of my biggest hesitancies, because I know as an investor, the only thing you can't change about a deal is the location, right? The location and the purchase price. And those two things are extremely important for an investor. And I'm hoping, which hope is a bad strategy, I'm hoping, so mark my words if I come to regret this, I'm hoping that the area isn't so bad that somebody's just not willing to buy a house regardless of the price, right? So we are somewhere between $400,000 and $450,000. Our break even is $350,000. And our purchase price for the property was $290,000. Now, normally, I wouldn't want to be at that high of a purchase price for ourselves, because that doesn't give you a lot of room for renovation and profit. However, this deal was a little unique. The guy who brought me the deal is a wholesaler, and I have partnered with that wholesaler. We have a good relationship, and I've partnered with him on this deal. I am bringing some sweat equity, right? I showed you guys that I was up on the roof sweeping that off. I've showed you guys that we're, doing paint. I coordinated the painting contractors, and we got a really good deal. I found the cabinet people, so we got a really good deal on cabinets and countertops. So I'm project managing this, right? So I'm project managing it. I'm throwing 50% of the money into the deal, and I'm also putting some sweat equity into the deal as well. That's why it was so important that I was only 17 minutes away, and now I'm driving back from. Here it is on a Sunday at 5 p.m. I left the painters to finish up the trim around the doors and the windows and everything, but we got them paid. They're happy, and it just $290, normally not an ideal purchase price. However, the wholesaler was able to negotiate a type of seller financing, and I believe the technical term is novation agreement. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I've heard Pace Morby use this word before. I've had other people tell me that that's not the correct usage of it, but I believe it is novation agreement. And here's what the novation agreement is. We are not the owners. We have not purchased the property yet. So the seller, we have a written contract, we have opened escrow, we have done our inspection, we have a legitimate signed contract with this seller to sell us the property. However, they are going to retain ownership for at least 6 months. Now, Brandon, why would you do that? Why would you want them to still be the owner for up to 6 months? Well, we were able to negotiate only paying them $25,000 down to gain access to the property. So, this owner does not live there. It is completely vacant. We are doing the remodels right now. So no tenants, no moving, right? Nobody's there. I believe it used to be a rental. Anyways, the owners are selling it, and they are happy to get $25,000 up front, and they're willing to give us 6 months to renovate and sell the property. Obviously, we don't want to take 6 months to renovate and sell the property, but we have that time available to us, which is key, because during this 6 months of renovation and trying to sell, we have no holding costs. That is correct. We do not pay hard money interest. We do not pay property taxes. We do not pay a mortgage. We do not pay insurance. And to be completely honest with you guys, we haven't even set up the utilities in our names yet. So we're hoping, and again, we should probably check them, right? We don't want them to turn off the water, the electricity or something. But they may even continue to pay the utilities while we are showing the home, while we are using our drills, while we are, using our plug-in sander to refinish the hardwood floors. They may even pay the utilities, and we're going to double check that. But we have no holding costs, which is amazing, because normally when you go to get a hard money loan, you have loan origination fees, which can be a minimum of 1% up to 3%, depending on how much experience you have, and on top of paying the lender, right, the hard money lender cash up front, you have to pay them up front. You then have to pay them interest payments every single month that you sit on that property. Whether it's listed, whether you're working on it, whatever the reason is, you're cutting them a check every month. But for this deal, and this is a very unusual deal, for this situation we don't. We have a seller's agreement where they are going to retain ownership, so they're responsible for insurance and taxes and all of that. And we only have to give them $2,500. That is all. And that is going to be split between me and the other guy, right? We are going 50-50. So the down payment to the sellers, the painting cost, the contractor cost, the material cost, all of that, 50-50. So I think this could be a good deal, because since we don't have any of those holding costs, because we don't have to pay a loan origination fee, because we don't have because me and the other guy are willing to work, right? We're putting some sweat equity into the deal, right? We're doing some landscaping. We did all the demo ourselves. We are paying for the trash, right? So we got to load up the trash service or whatever. But I think our purchase price is technically $290, but without all the other hard money or opportunity costs that most other investors or flippers have, it feels like we got it for like $280, $275, right? Because we didn't have to have all that extra fees because we're working directly with the seller. So, purchase price $290. Our rehab and renovation budget is as follows. We are thinking, and these numbers have already been bid. We have contractors that do work on the side. So this is not hiring a company from Google. This is not, oh, my aunt and grandma use this plumbing company, call these guys, right? We are using people that are experts in their field, and they're willing to work on the weekends. So, all new HVAC. This includes heating and cooling and ductwork for $6,500. And it is a small house. It's only 950 square feet. And there is plenty of attic access or crawl space access. So it'll be fine. $6,500. Cabinets. We're getting all new kitchen cabinets, all new countertops, completely installed by the company we're buying it from for $6,850. $6,850. And yes, it is a small kitchen, but still $6,850 for the cabinets and the countertop and the installation. Next, I think we're paying our general contractor, so the main guy, and I'm not even going to say his name. That's how much we don't want to give him away. But he is doing all of the manual labor, all of the electrical work, all of like everything that needs to be done, adding can lights, doing the floors, the hardwood floors, right? Resurfacing those, all of that. What else is he doing? I mean, he's doing a bunch of stuff, changing out the light switches, the plug-ins, the bathroom fan, bunch of odds and ends, replacing hardware, that type of stuff. Doing all that for just $9,000, and that includes a panel upgrade. So $9,000 plus a bunch of electrical work and refinishing 3 bedrooms and a living room with hardwood floors, right? Resurfacing them, all for $9,000, and essentially we just have to buy the materials. So, and I don't want to break it down all the way to each plugin or whatever, but essentially he's $9,000. We were going to do a brand new front window, but we're not doing that. So we saved $3,500 or $3,200. We are doing a brand new garage door, removal of the old one, installation of the new one, plus the pulley thing. Forgive me, I don't know what it is. It's the little mechanical thing where you click the button and it pulls up your thing for you. All of that for $3,100. So all of that, plus our materials, plus the labor, plus we're doing landscaping stuff. We have a landscaping budget we're trying to keep it really, really thin on the landscaping of like $1,000. But basically, between all of that, the labor, the materials, the painting, which we got done, all the entire exterior of the house and the interior of the garage is going to be $2,750. And that did include the paint. That included the paint and the primer and the pressure washing. Those guys are amazing. All of that, we believe, depending on what happens, right? We're not done yet. That our budget will be somewhere between $35,000 and $45,000. Yes, we have a $10,000 margin of error, and that's just because stuff happens. We may have to give some credits to a seller. We may have to fix or repair something at a seller's request or a buyer's request. So we're giving ourselves some extra room, but no more than $45,000. So $29,000 plus 45 max. And then we, of course, we have selling costs, right? We have realtors, we got to pay, title companies, all that stuff. So we think our all-in price should be no more than $365,000. So if we can even sell this for $400,000, we'll make a decent chunk of money. And we get a lot of people paid. We get paid. And it was well worth the sweat equity. So if you guys have any questions, put it in the comments below. Peace.